Nothing that tickles your pickle.
Si, senor.
Let's keep moving. Ow.
Got him.
We are going to transition to something that I was hoping that I was going to get up to the next weekend, or was going to be able to make it to this upcoming weekend, but it didn't, fortunately, because I like watching series get intense and stuff. But last week, our undrafted opinion segment was on the World Series, and it's starting. As of right now, it has already ended. Last Sunday, right?
Yes.
So today is October 30th, and we've already done that segment already. And what we've found out is that the Boston Red Sox have won the series 4-1 to the Los Angeles Dodgers of Los Angeles.
That's a good place for them, the Los Angeles Dodgers of Los Angeles.
At
least it's not the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That sucks as a name.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
But anyways, as we found out,
Sorry, Josh was texting me. I kind of blanked out.
Wow, he texted you back. The Boston Red Sox won in almost a sweep. They made a big gamble on Game 3, which didn't seem like it might have not paid off to pitch all those guys. And then we were just waiting for like 2.5 innings of just people trying to tee off and hit a home run, and it eventually happened. And then Game 4? No. Yeah, 4. Boston or the last 2 games basically of the series, it just cruised, it seemed like. And the Dodgers couldn't really offer anything, just offensively. I mean, they scored a couple runs, but just you couldn't really do anything about Boston scoring guns. Because it was like, it almost went to extra innings the next game, and then 8-4 finish, I believe.
9-6.
Or 9-6. What's when I checked it last time? For what I remember.
It was 9-4 going into the bottom of the 9th, and then someone hit a 2-run. Kike Hernandez, I think it was, hit a 2-run home run, and then it finished 9-6.
Yeah, and then the last game you had Kershaw versus Price. Price pitched a pretty good game, and Sale closed it off for them and won the series. I don't know what the Dodgers could have done differently besides that one who did they take out? Like, even Trump tweeted about it. He took a pitcher out. I forgot who it was.
They took Rich Hill out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of controversy around it because Dave Roberts, there was just, I guess, kind of confusion among the press and such about like what actually happened there, because Rich Hill just like gave him the ball. And like when Dave Roberts had said that when he walked out there, like he wasn't 100% sure that he was going to pull him, but like Rich Hill like met him at the bottom of the mound and like gave him the ball straight away or whatever. And before the inning, he said Rich Hill told him to like keep an eye on him or whatever. So like I'm not really sure what like happened there exactly. It in hindsight, hindsight's 2020. I think that leaving him in definitely could have changed the outcome, because after Rich Hill came out in Game 4. The Dodgers had 7 pitchers in the rest of that game, and every single one of them gave up at least 1 earned run. And Rich Hill had been pitching very well up until that point. In fact, I don't think the Red Sox had even scored yet. I don't remember exactly. In any case, like the bullpen threw the game away.
Yeah.
Kind of culminating with the 3 or like bases clearing double by Steve Pearce in the top of the 9th. So it was something that, one of those little tweaks that perhaps could have changed the outcome of at least that game and perhaps the series. I was surprised at the Red Sox ability to recover from that 18-inning game, because they were left with Nathan Eovaldi so early. I mean, like, he pitched almost 100 pitches, I think, because he was the last pitcher that they had left besides Sale.
Basically pitched the rest of or another game.
Right. Yeah. He did. For the most, he probably pitched at least like the last 7 or so innings of that game, and with I thought at the time that was the sort of loss for the Red Sox that could completely turn the World Series, because just like the tax that that Alex Cora put on his bullpen, and then to lose the game in the manner that they did, just seems like it would have been like super demoralizing, and like the extra pitches that everyone threw that game, including most of their starters as well. Like I think David Price pitched in that game.
Yeah, I think he gave up the one to the no. Who gave up the home run against? That was in the beginning. Wasn't Hernandez that hit the home run in the beginning of the game? That game, I believe. Kike.
I thought it was Cody Bellinger, but I could be wrong.
So one of them, and then obviously Bradley Jr.'s hit hit a home run, and then the 2 errors that basically led to the next 2 runs that made it go to the 18th, and then Moonsey obviously had another chance before he hit that home run.
He just missed the foul pole.
Yeah.
In his previous at bat, like 3 innings or so earlier. But yeah, I think on the whole, the Red Sox recovered well from that long 18-inning game. David Price pitched out of his mind in Game 5. Kershaw got touched up for I think 4 in Game 5, so he kind of continues that trend, and he also has an opt-out at the end of this year, so it'll be interesting to see like the direction that he goes. He put out a tweet after the game, which I mean I 100% agree with, but he said that like it basically that it sucks to like make it that far just to finish second and like win that many games and try as hard as they did just to come in second place, and that he almost wishes that like they would have just like not made the playoffs. That it would have been easier than like losing in the way that they did. And this is the second straight year that the Dodgers have lost in the World Series. So Dave Roberts, their manager, is out of contract now. Kershaw can opt out. Brian Dozier is out of contract now. Manny Machado is a free agent now. So there could be a whole lot of change in LA this offseason. As far as the Red Sox are concerned, I don't think they have any big free agency coming up. They thoroughly deserved this World Series win. They were the team with the best record.
Best team all season, too.
Yeah. And as I said in our preview before, I thought that like their starting pitching would be what carried them through. That I would have taken Kershaw over Sale, but I would have taken everyone else in the Red Sox starting lineup or starting pitching over the Dodgers. I think Rich Hill stood out to me in this game or in this series, but for the Dodgers. But overall,
I thought Walker Buehler had a good outing too.
Yeah,
it's
he
unfortunate
did as well,
after Jansen came in and gave up that home run, you kind of just like forgot his performance in the beginning of that game.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, congratulations to the Red Sox. I'm glad that I don't live in proximity to them because I hate them just as much as I do the Dodgers. But they live on the other side of the country, so I don't really care that they won the World Series. And yeah, I guess I don't really know what else to say. The Dodgers keep coming really close, and I think that it was a good accomplishment. Well, I don't know. You can look at it 2 ways. Either the Dodgers underperformed in the regular season and like just squeaked in the playoffs, or they weren't actually that great of a team but came out of the National League anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take that as you may. But yeah, I think it was a really entertaining World Series. Except I would say that 18-inning game kind of dragged a little bit because it went like a full 9 innings without anyone basically hitting or scoring or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like I said, for sure the last 2.5 innings, basically every batter was trying to hit a home run, and then because you saw Evaldi get through it took him like a whole set to get back to Moonsey after he hit that foul ball, or full set of 3 like rotation I guess of innings. But I enjoyed that 18-inning game. I was like, man, who's gonna hit this home run? And who's gonna hit this home run? But it's unfortunate though. I wanted to go to like at least 6 or 7, but I still don't think the Dodgers just had. I think it was the lack of. I think the pitching was decent. It just when you go against the Red Sox, I think giving up that amount of runs is like normal, but when you can't really produce on the offensive side, it kind of hurts you, obviously, like that. And yeah, like Manny Machado, it didn't seem like he showed up for much of the series. It's like getting the high and then like fastball where you just basically pops up like almost every time. I know that 18 inning game, like Betts and who's the guy that batted after him? Bogart, like combined for like 1 for 12 or something like that, or 1 for 14.
Yeah, it was really that whole game there was I think a point in this series, starting with that game 3, where the Dodgers pitching held, Mookie, Xander Bogaerts, JD Martinez, and Mitch Moreland, I think, or something like that. Like the 1 through 4 in the Boston lineup was like 0 for their last 30 at one point.
Yeah.
So like basically this Red Sox team, as good as they were all season, like throughout their lineup, they won their World Series like 5 or 6 through 9 in the order. Like Steve Pearce had like he got the World Series MVP. Like he had a really great World Series. I'm blanking on the catcher's name. I want to say Suarez, but I don't think that's right.
Vasquez.
Vasquez, right. So like he was like basically a 200 hitter all year and like hit up in like 260s in the World Series. So like they got like a lot of production from the bottom half of their order, and that combined with the big difference in the Dodgers bullpen, it turned out, where like against the Brewers in the NLCS they were completely lights out. But like Kenley Jansen, for example, I'd say Kenley Jansen and Kenta Maeda were like the big holes in this bullpen in the World Series. I think it was games 3, 4, and 5. Kenley Jansen gave up a home run in all 3 of those, I think. Because it was like Jackie Bradley, the 3-run home run for Mitch Moreland, I think, and something else. I think he gave up like home runs in 3 consecutive games. And then Kenta Maeda also struggling coming out of the bullpen. So it was just unexpected problems for I think where their main problems came was not where we expected them to come from, and where the Red Sox production was not where we expected it to come from. So it made for an entertaining World Series, and I guess on to next year.
Yep. That's it. That's it. Let us know if you are really mad with the Dodgers loss or you're really happy that the Red Sox won. And also let us know where Manny Machado is going to be next year. That'd be cool to know, because I have no idea either.
I don't know that he can afford that he will end up back at the Dodgers.
No, I don't think so too, because you have Turner at third, and then you have Seager coming back.
Yeah, not Kyle Seager, Corey Seager.
Yeah, and then Kike, it might be the second baseman, but he rotates into the outfield as well, so they have a lot of options. It's just going to see where it all lands, I guess.
I think they're going to lose. I think Yasmani Grandal is also a free agent, so
nope,
a lot of holes for the Dodgers this offseason.
Dun, 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 dun.